Alright, so I'd like to continue with our work, which is to make our course page dynamic. So now we need to work on our curriculum. So like I said before, so let me just show you. So simple, I'm gonna simply jump into my website, simple LMS, and here let's use the web page dash admin. Alright, let's access that. So here we have the Jenkov. Alright, so let's access that. So I'm gonna go to courses and let's jump into my course, which is this one. I'm gonna just edit it. And right here we can see, let me just show you. So this is the curriculum, which is course preview. As you can see, we're dividing our sections with this. So this is our sample that we're going to be using in our script. So back here, I'd like to add, for example, we can add some first one, introduction to, yeah, we can add it, for example, here, dash point dash like this. Can add some other stuff, for example, what is your point? I think that's fine. Yeah, we can just go with this one. We can add more stuff if you want. So I'm gonna just update this so that you can have four sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, which is awesome. All right, so back here to our script, I'm gonna simply jump into this. Where is it? Those of you no, actually, what is the curriculum? It's down below, I think. Nope. So we can search for it. Curriculum. Yeah, there we go. So here we need to make it dynamic. So here's the deal. First, let's load that. I'm gonna be loading this section here. I'm gonna be loading it. So let's load it first and go to the top here, and I'm gonna simply copy this same line because we already created that. I'm just paste it, and we can call it for here content or curriculum. Yeah, content. And here I'm going to just copy this and let's paste it here. So select content from our database. So we can check that out if it's working or not. So we can echo content. So content. Alright, second one. Alright, so let's close that and let's go back here and let's check if we are seeing the content displayed here or not. So we got it. So all we have to do is to start working on it. So like I said, we're gonna be using this one as a divider. So we're gonna separate each section with this one. So the function that we're gonna be using is the substring. So actually the function that we're going to be using is explode. So we're going to here put the divider first, and here we're going to put the string. So let me just show you here. So let's do something. I'm going to just write echo explode. Inside it we have the delimiter, which is the that character that we're going to be using it as a divider, which is this one. And for the string, I'm going to just put content here. So this one's going to be an array. So we can, for example, explode, or you know what, let's just make this one a variable. So we can call it content dash AR, which is array. All right, so there we go. So what I'd like to do right now is, for example, echo content array, the first element, which is 0. All right, so let's save that. Let's go here and let's do refresh here and let's see. And as you can see, we got our welcome to the course, which is awesome. All right, so all we have to do right now is to make a loop that's gonna give us all, it's gonna keep, for example, we can set the number of characters or the number of sections that we have. So basically we're gonna check. So it's easy to do it. We can just echo count of contents are. So this function is gonna give us the number of elements that we got in this array. So let's do refresh. As you can see, we got 5, which is the number of sections that we got. So if we want here, and if we start counting, so this is the first one, second one, third, fourth, and fifth. So we have 5. So we're gonna need to create a loop that's gonna go over 5 times and keep publishing this or keep echoing this. All right, so let's do that. So while, so the condition, or you know what, let's start first by declaring a new variable. So let's set I, let's set it to 0, and here for the condition, so we can set while the count, basically the number of arrays is bigger than I, then I do the following, which is echo this one. I'll just explain. So echo this one of I. But down below, so it's gonna be going on an infinite loop. So what we need to do is to keep always adding, incrementing that I by 1. So it's gonna, while the count of the ARR, which is 5, while 5 is bigger than 0, echo the content of 0 here. So we have it 0 plus, and next add 1 to 0, which is 1. So I, it's gonna be equal to 1, and it's gonna be going to the second row. While 5 is bigger than 1, do the following, which is this one, and it's gonna it's become 2, and so on and so forth until it finishes. But here we might have an issue. We might need to start from 1. Let's take a look and let's see how it's gonna look like. So it's here. I think it's working just fine. So we can see it this way. If we add, for example, echo a break, so br break. Alright, so let's take a look, and as you can see, got it. So we get the introduction, the course preview, and all the sections down below. So all we have to do is to copy this loop. Gonna just copy this loop, and also we need to keep this stuff here. So I'm gonna just copy the loop. Okay, we can copy everything, but yeah, let's copy everything, put it down below. So let's cut this, and I'm gonna go down to the curriculum. Let's search for it again. There we go. Let's paste it here, and let's see how can we implement it right there. So I'm gonna open a PHP tag here, and let's close it down below. And for example, echo the contents. So I'm thinking, so these are the things that repeats themselves, these divs. So actually we need to put the loop here inside this column, inside this div. Alright, so let's do that. I'm gonna be copying this. So I suggest you keep playing with this over and over again until you understand the steps I'm doing. So I'm gonna just delete it from here. So basically this div is gonna keep repeating itself. The only thing that is changing is this one. So I'm gonna be copying this. Let's copy this, and I'm gonna be pasting it, for example, here. And the only thing that we need to make as dynamic is this one, this section content. I'm gonna just delete it, and inside it I'm gonna be putting, for example, we can close that. So we're closing the HTML and getting back to the PHP, and inside it we can put this. So Control X, let's put it inside. And here I'm gonna just delete this echo. Alright, so right now we don't need all of this stuff. Gonna just go ahead and delete it all. So let's check. So this div starts from here, this one starts from, yeah. I'm gonna just delete everything that we got. So Control S to save, and let's go back and let's take a look. So let's refresh, let's go down and let's see, and bam, we got it. So we got our introduction, which is really awesome. So one thing that I'd like to add is the section number. So previously we add section number 1, section number 2. We can add that easily. We can make it dynamic. So there is no need for you to write it. So it's gonna be added automatically. All right, so here, let's add, for example, I'm gonna be adding it here. So let's add section, echo section. Yeah, it must be again, let's put it inside section. And let's make some space and let's take a look if it's gonna be added. And also for the number here, I'd like to add, for example, we have this number keep incrementing itself, the I. So I'm gonna just put it here. So let's add here the I. All right, so let's save that, but also here I think we need to add another point. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, we got section 0, which is awesome, 1, 2, 3, 4. But as you can see, we're starting from 0. We don't want that. So let me also fix this. So I'm gonna be adding another point so that we can get back to the string, and we can add a dash like this. All right, so let's go back to refresh, and bam, we got section 0, and so on and so forth. So here what I'd like to do is to change it. I'd like to make it 1. So there is an easy way to do this. I'm going to be adding another variable. So let's make this variable inside here. Let's call it let's call it section number, and we need to make it equal to the following. It's going to be an I plus 1. So we're gonna be relying on that I because it keeps incrementing itself. So let's see if it's gonna be working or not. So let's refresh. Actually, it's nothing. So let's try to do it down below. Yes, actually we didn't change that. So let me just copy it from here and replace it here. All right, so let's save. Let's go back, do refresh, and bam, we got it. So we got our section number 1, section number 2, 3, and 4, and 5, which is awesome. Alright, so in the next coming lecture, we're going to start working on this more courses. We need to make it also dynamic. So see you in the next coming lecture. Take care.